Okay,
That's Loki.
Loki? Yep, Loki.
We are live.
Oh,
Hello! Welcome to the AKC National Championship, brought to you by Royal Canin. And I'm Laura Reeves, host of Pure Dog Talk.
And I'm Susie Zaramy, founder of National Purebred Dog Day, and we are with the Norbottenspets. Did I get it right?
Norbottenspets.
Boatin. It's like for boatin.
Yes, there you go.
Okay, there you go. Good.
And this is Gabby. Gabby, where are you from?
I am from Texas, so Dallas.
Texas?
Yes.
All right.
And what breed did you grow up with before you got, and what do you call them for short?
Knobs or Norbs or
Knobs?
Norbies?
Knobs.
Yeah.
I love
knobs.
Man, I don't know about knobs.
But what did you have growing up?
Growing up, I had a Shih Tzu, actually. My mom was not a dog person, and actually we have 5 dogs now, and she always said when I was a kid, she was like, well, when you're an adult, you can have as many dogs as you want. And now she says, I didn't think you'd take it that seriously.
But I guess what I'm asking is, what was your breed before you got this?
Icelandic sheepdogs.
And what made you go jump the...
So I still have the Ices, but actually I got involved with Norbottens through a rescue situation. We had a hoarding case with...
Oh, that's right. You were at animal control. So Gabby's animal control in and around Dallas.
This was actually when I was in Michigan.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So we had a breeder of Bullhens and Norbottenspets that ended up with 102 dogs in the house. So I was Bullhens and so a lot of mixes. So the breed clubs got involved with that.
Can I ask parenthetically, was it a case of someone who was elderly, or was there mental illness involved? Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Because this would be a good time to mention that, in my view, much of what we're seeing in hoarding situations are simply people who have had a loss. They have lost a job, they have lost a loved one, they have lost their senses. Hoarders, it is an illness. So that is my PR announcement for the day.
Well, and she reached out to Breed Rescue, and it was all breeders who came out and did all the rescue work.
Nice.
Yeah. So we ended up. Animal Control did work with us to some extent, and some of them went out to local rescues. But we had 51 dogs that were adopted out through the Breed Rescues. Wow. That pretty much all came through my house.
But how did you get?
So she was she was literally the first one I pulled out of the house. She had puppies at the time, and I remember she was actually fat. They were all fat. Like, I don't know, how they were affording to feed them, but they were actually really in good shape considering that many dogs in the house. So I remember her fat and bald and big
you felt
ears.
bad for her.
I didn't. I thought she was funny looking. But so we grabbed her and her puppies, and we kind of triaged the rest of the dogs that went to foster homes. And she stayed with me and her puppies, and we got in touch with her breeder, and I said I'll keep her till the puppies wean, and then she can go back to you. And her her breeder was horrified, wanting to take her back and take the other dogs she'd bred back. And in that time, I've fostered about 200 dogs. I've never kept a foster, and this was the only one that I wanted to keep. She's super cuddly. She's super sweet. And she's just easy, and she's really good with the other dogs. We foster all the time, so having a dog that adjusts well.
Right. The sweet and cuddly, adjustable, is that sort of a breed specific?
I think it's a little more specific to her, but they are all really sweet. I mean, Fanny's been trying to attack you this whole time, but they have
Could you stand over there and he'll look at you?
But they have some good energy in general, but they're good. They settle in the house.
Right.
But yeah, she's a little different than the Ices with the hunting thing, and I kind of like it. I've gotten used to the Spitz attitude, and I really like that. And that's another thing I kind of liked about her. She's got her opinions, and when I get home every day, she'll walk up to me, and the Ices have this real shrill bark, and they have that kind of houndy, roo, 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 roo. And she'll walk up to me and spin around in circles and tell me all about her day. And I find that sort of thing charming.
What does Norbottenspets mean?
So they're from the Norrbotten region in Sweden. Okay. So when you think about it that way, and then the Spets is Spitz. So it makes a lot more sense. Otherwise, it sounds like you're making up a word. But
and they were just sort of general farm dogs, right?
Yep, and hunters. Okay. So
what did they hunt?
Ermine and sable and. All sorts of things. So they did big game too, but the stuff with the pelts
some
and the
bird
furs.
hunting.
Yeah, birds as well.
Is it more scent or?
They use sight, scent, and hearing. They actually are sight hounds, classified as sight hounds. So they do the lure coursing, and she really, I mean, we do barn hunt, and she comes in and she is listening for it, and then once she hears it, she'll like freeze up and just wait for it to move.
Are they a herding breed?
Some of them have done herding, but they are not a herding breed.
So if the AKC ever adds, and it's up to debate, I have no opinion on it, but sometimes they ban you about the idea of creating a Spitz group.
That's where they are in UKC.
But where would they be if that happens? Would they be in the Spitz group, or would they be in...
I imagine they would probably end up in the Spitz group, because that's what they are next.
And if they're not going to create a Spitz group, where would they go?
They're going to hound.
Hound group. Okay. Very good. Hi. Look at. Oh yeah.
It's a shedding coat. You can see
And
that they shed.
Do they like an Akita or a Shiba? Like a Spitz? They jump
Yeah,
their coat.
yeah.
once
They
a
jump.
year?
They do the big coat blow, dumper coats, and but other than that, it's really not
Like
too
that.
bad.
If you don't like it to shed, people, I'm just telling you,
Not for you.
And I think they're all a little, with the chaotic, I think they're shedding a little more than normal right now.
Gabby, tell me about the health of these breeds. What should people test for in health, and are there any health considerations?
We test for eyes and patellas. There is epilepsy in the breed, but that's one of those things that's hard to nail down. So we do, try to keep track of that.
Well, the beauty is that we're living at a time when science is coming up with solutions and markers all the time. So I feel it's a good time to be a heritage breed.
Yeah. And and that's they're generally a pretty hardy breed, though.
How long lived?
About 14, 16. That general with their size. The big thing, if anybody thinks they're adorable, and the one thing you need to know is the bark. So they are being very quiet and lovely right now. Yes, Finnish Spitz. So for when they hunt in Finland, they are supposed to do 120 barks a minute. So they bark fast. They bark loud.
Well, in Finland they have contests. And I thought, yes, but I didn't know it was for this breed as well. I believe it was the Laput, the Finnish barking dog, which is
right. But they do a contest for these dogs.
Interesting.
So they're
loud, is what you're telling me.
Yes, and they're all being deceiving right now and being quiet.
Can you make one bark?
I might be able to. Finley might.
What about the different coats?
Where's the rat? Where's the rat?
Look at
Everybody, she just said, "Where's the rat?"
Where's it?
Everybody's like, "Where's the rat?"
Now I noticed that this dog has a longer coat than that.
Yes, so
Are there different coat varieties?
she is actually super bold right now from blowing her coat.
Come on, Finley.
She actually nursed some orphan puppies and dumped her coat as though she had had her own litter. So she's really,
Orphan
really,
puppies and a kitten.
Yes,
She
orphan
showed me the
puppies and
video.
orphan kittens.
What up with that? God bless you.
But as you can see, the hunting thing is strong with them, and we've been we've all been staying together in a house, and they all immediately went to the fence to find where they can dig. So they are diggers. I think probably all three of them have escaped at one point or another.
How are they for getting along with other dogs? Like
they're very, very good
or
with other
not.
dogs.
So
yes, that is.
So this is a Spitz type breed that does get along with other dogs, which is not always common.
Like right now, we have 6 intact males in the house,
and
they are all fine. We've had and she's maybe coming in, and they're all interested in her, but everybody's getting along great and playing, and it's
Is
fun.
this a good breed for first-time owners?
I wouldn't. With a dedicated first-time owner that really, had done the research and really wanted a dog to be active with, I think so. Probably not if you're living in an apartment. Your neighbors probably won't be too happy with you. But they are Spitz, so they can be a little stubborn, as people would describe them. Though I think it's just that they're too smart for you. It's really interesting the difference between the hunting Spitz and the herding Spitz, working with both of them. That I do agility with her and my Icelandic, who is more biddable and more offers behaviors really quickly and just tries a lot of things, whereas she's a lot more thoughtful about it.
I'll think about it and get back to you.
But once she gets something, she gets it. They're very smart, but she wants to figure it out, and she's very good with shaping things, and you just kind of got to give her the time to figure it out. But
at least as
very
I'm digging the
smart.
massage.
Yes.
Can you keep that up?
What kind of shape is the breed in? Worldwide, are we in good shape or are we in trouble? Because I know during the war they were almost extinct.
Almost extinct, and didn't they say they closed the stud book?
Yes.
Yeah.
Closed the stud book
In 48? Yeah.
Right, and then they reopened it in 62, 63.
reopened it in 62, 63. So how many dogs, you might know, how many dogs did they have at that time?
At that time, they only had, I think they had 150, but then they kept going out to all of the, up in the Lapland area, to all the farms and finding more and more and more.
So they had a decent gene pool.
Decent, yeah. Only because they found, first they didn't, because they found this one small pocket, and then they started finding more and expanding it. But here in the U.S., we only have 270-something registered in the U.S. Probably 90% of them are spayed and neutered as pets. So we have a very, very small gene pool for breeding.
Yeah. And so how are your numbers worldwide?
The numbers worldwide, I don't remember the last time I looked, but I would say they're probably up in 900 to 1,000 now, because they're Finland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, so they're spreading out. Not great, right? Yeah. I mean, he came from Finland. I went to Finland to get him to expand the gene pool.
And what does the population look like in North America?
That's what I'm saying. We've got 200 and something registered here, yeah, but most of them are spayed and neutered. So.
Oh well.
Okay. So if you're looking for a Norbottenspets, I did it.
Yep. So we have the American Norbottenspets Association, which is what we're here representing.
And you are an FSS breed right now?
Miscellaneous.
Oh, you are miscellaneous.
Yep, they are miscellaneous. So we have a Facebook page, American Norbottenspets Association, and a website. I am actually, that's my little pet project right now, is boosting our newsletter and marketing.
Okay, so we've got this, and you're going to be able to share it for National Purebred Dog Day to your Facebook page.
Yes, and so if you're interested in learning more, that's a good place to start. Yeah, we have cards. If you guys want to come by the booth.
No, I haven't, Karen.
Anybody that's here at the show in Orlando that wants to come meet these guys, stop on by. They're fabulous, fabulous little guys. Just my recommendation is be prepared.
Yep,
Come
be prepared
wearing something that you can take your hair off of.
This general, calm in a busy environment.
They're faking you out.
I do really. No, I think this is pretty normal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
One thing I do like about them is that they seem to have an off switch.
Nice.
Compared to some dogs. I mean, they're ready to go when something comes. They see a squirrel out the window.
Yeah, he sees something right here.
But they tend to settle pretty well in the house. She's actually, honestly, my easiest house dog.
Nice.
And
this is a pretty average size, right?
Yes.
We're talking 30, 40
she's
pounds.
She's a little. She's small. These guys are both about normal. So 15 to 18 inches or so with whales being on the, about 20 to 30 pounds. Yeah. So she's right about 20, and these guys are.
Well, Gabby, is there anything that you would want people considering this breed for themselves to know?
I think they're really delightful, fun dogs. They really have good personalities.
Who should not own them besides someone who doesn't want to look like that?
If you don't want hair, apartment people, with the barking.
And the barking.
If you can't stand barking, if you can't stand hair, but if you're looking
Finley,
for
you and I are not
really
meant for one another.
Size, I think this nice medium size,
nice medium
really
size.
easy.
Yep.
I love the crossed paws.
Oh, yeah, she's very proper.
And just cute.
They really are very cute.
And
very
fun.
intelligent faces.
Yeah, look
very
at him.
Smart,
He's definitely watching
fun.
what's in her hands.
They're active. We go running off leash every day and hiking and stuff.
I'm thinking these will make really fun show dogs when they hit the AKC ring. These are going to be competitive show dogs.
The first one actually got her mock last month. So,
oh my goodness, this is a mock dog.
Not her, but the first.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
No, she's not quite there, but she does do agility. We have some that have excelled in agility.
So fun agility dogs that you can also show.
And there are some in Canada that got their Canadian version of an Och, so they really are able to do that sort of thing. So as a hound goes, they're
he has his senior coursing.
Oh yes, the coursing. Yes, and
nice.
Floor coursing, as sight hounds, not just the cats and half cats. So they do compete in floor coursing. So that's another fun thing. She has a trick title in her, so just
well, clearly she has a trick, right?
Well, Gabby, thank you so much for your time. What would you want to be asked that no one ever thinks to ask you?
Oh, just about these guys?
Yeah. Or did we do a good job and cover it all?
Okay,
good.
We nailed it. High five. Yes.
One more thing.
We're supposed to be one of the
10 best dogs for children.
Oh, well, that would
Yeah,
be good to know.
that-
One of
yeah,
the 10 best
kids.
dogs for children.
That isn't a,
Well, that's why
I
we
don't
get
have
along.
kids, so it's not on my radar usually, but she's super gentle.
Well,
really
the
good
fact
with
that this
kids.
one, I'm like up in his face,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey,
Yeah,
how
they're
you
social,
doing?"
they are very social.
This isn't something
in
you can
general.
do to just any dog.
Yeah, so,
Well,
Yeah.
Gabby, thank you so much for your time, and I think we are going to close out. So we have the Dogo Argentino coming up in a few minutes, so do come back. It is a very different kind
I
of animal.
promise I
but
will
I'm-
not put my face in that one's face.
But I bet you could.
No, I don't want to. No.
Well, we'll find out.
We'll find
So,
out.
Everybody